Hello, my name is Sarah Shuka, and my poster, Remote Sensing Displays New Ideas and Opportunities for Environmental and Community Engagement, is in the form of a video. So I will start by quickly explaining where the current project comes from. It started back in 2017 at Studio XX, which is a arts and community center focused on, emerging artists, communities, technology, and feminisms. And what you see here is part of a workshop that I and a couple of colleagues gave to families and kids involving this new bioart type of experiment that uses this unicellular creature called a slime mold and frames it into different sorts of experiments. And those experiments are situated at the intersection of art, technology, and sciences. And what you see here is shots from the exhibit that was organized at the end of the whole workshop series, featuring slime molds that have been grown and dyed by children and their families. And so what you see on the screen, this slime mold, the organism that we were working with, is an amoeba. It's a forest dweller. It lives in very woody, shady kind of areas. It loves humidity. It doesn't like light at all. And researchers kind of recently found out over the past 10-15 years that it has some very interesting properties. Despite having no brain, it exhibits intelligence and its ability to solve mazes, to optimize routes, to help us figure out all sorts of interesting questions about life, the universe, and everything. And so over the past few years, slime molds have attracted a great deal of attention from scientists from different disciplines, whether we're talking about the arts, the humanities, the social sciences, or the sciences per se. And they have also attracted attention from citizen scientists and amateur scientists from all over the internet. If you look a little bit, you'll find Facebook groups and Instagram threads detailing the slime mold's amazing abilities and different sorts of aspects, different sorts of species, etc. Another thing slime molds, aka Physarum, have interested researchers is for their bioelectric conductive properties, and so scientists have started probing the slime mold's abilities to interface with all sorts of electronics and to be integrated into computers so as to make a sort of living computer in the end. Another transformation that has been occurring over the past few years has been the popularization and the democratization of microcontrollers and single board computers. What you see here is a TED Talk from Massimo Banzi. It's an excerpt from that TED Talk where, as a founder and original member of the team that designed the Arduino, he explains the kinds of applications and the kinds of things that people like you and me and kids can learn to do about microelectronics and electronic circuits and how they can start automating their homes and develop all sorts of fun projects, from automated bird and cat feeders all the way to environmental monitoring and agriculture, Internet of Things, sensor networks. And so microcontrollers and single board computers such as the Arduino and the Raspberry Pi are very promising in that they bring and offer very affordable, very accessible ways to engage diverse sets of communities, researchers, scientists, citizen scientists, families, elders, and people from very different backgrounds working in very different sectors that can be brought together through this question of, the potential for the Internet of Things to renew our understanding of the environment and our understanding of current challenges in terms of climate change, global warming, and so on. So I took our research results from our initial workshops and experiments and started tinkering myself with ways to explore environmental and remote sensing and the graphical display of visual information and Internet of Things data that we could grab through those new technologies. And so what I got interested in was not only the potential to interface living organisms with the internet, basically, and new Wi-Fi remote sensing technologies, but also the potential for connecting the outside, the overall environment, and the inside, that is the environment of science centers and science museums, and how those two different environments could be connected with each other. And as you can see, microcontrollers and single-board computers such as the Arduino and the Raspberry Pi have been used by teams at science centers to make exhibitions more interactive and bring that ethos of electronics tinkering, of DIY grassroots type of organization that involves not just watching things from a distance, but really engaging with them, making the experiences and the learning really hands-on. So what I'm trying to do is basically to connect all of those lines of experimentation and make them converge along with the potential for new cellular and remote locative sensor-based environmental sensing media as well. So what I'm trying to figure out now is how different kinds of portals and web services such as Adafruit's Internet of Things portal would allow people in science centers and science museums to better engage with environmental data, with live environmental data feeds that they can get, and how these live data feeds can be further integrated into new ways to visualize information, to share information, whether it is within the space of the Science Center itself or whether it is done remotely, as now everything that's about distance learning and distance engagement with the environment is particularly well suited for that kind of challenge. So thank you. Please don't hesitate to get in touch, reach out, ask me questions. I know this is a very, very condensed presentation of a much wider project that is in preparation right now. So yeah, please don't hesitate to get in touch. I will be very happy to further discuss this project with you. Thanks.